This here on Super Talk Hattiesburg 97.3 as William Carey is battling the number one team in the SSAC West. Stillman with a 7-1 conference record, 8-1 overall. William Carey at 11-7, 4-4 in conference play, looking to improve in that mark and get in better position as Carey is ranked third place in the West right now, battling for seeding in the conference tournament. The top two teams playing the championship game will go on to the NAIA tournament. So seeding's important. Where you finish in the tournament is important. And right now it's a battle for seeding between William Carey and Stillman, still with a handful more of games left to go in February. Let's introduce to you the starters for both of these clubs. We'll start off, though, with the visitors from Tuscaloosa making the trip down here to Hattiesburg. They'll start off with a guard, a junior at 6'1" from Greene County, Alabama. It's number 2, Devin Merriweather. Merriweather, one of the better players of this team, leads his team in assists with 47, ranks number 9 in the country in assists per game, averaging just under 6 per game. And so keep your eye on him. He likes to move the ball around pretty well. And then it's Trey Petty, a senior guard at 6'2" from Huntsville, Alabama. Petty wears the number 3. Leads his team in points with 22 per game on average. Also leads the team in an average of rebounds per game with 7 per contest. Then at guard, it is a senior at 6'2" from York, Alabama, number 21, Ladarius Carter. And round out the rest of the order with 2 forwards. One out of Jackson, Mississippi at 6'8", a senior number 5, E.J. Galloway. And then a junior forward at 6'7" from Brunswick, Georgia, number 11, Virgil Fields. Tigers are under direction of head coach John Teasley in his 4th season at Stillman. This is Stillman's 3rd year as a program in the SSAC. William Carey starting 5. Let's start off with the guard from Gulfport, Mississippi, a senior at 5'10", number 3, Jonathan Floyd. Then the leading scorer of the program, he's listed as a center, but he's more of a forward type at 6'8" from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, senior number 4, Maxwell Starwood. At guard, a freshman at 6'8" from Kigali, Rwanda, by way of Grace Baptist Academy from the coast, number 14, Emil Kazaniza. At forward, senior number 35, 6'7" from Jackson, Mississippi, Javari Thigpen. And then also at forward, 6'6" center, 6'6" senior from Waynesboro, Mississippi, transferred from Stillman, playing his old school number 1, William Gaines Jr. Then head coach of the Crusaders, as you well know, in his 39th season is Coach Steve Knight. We're about set for basketball action. William Carey decked out of the home white tops and white bottoms with red letters and red numerals trimmed in black. Then Stillman in their away standing navy uniforms with white piping up the sides and Vegas gold numerals on the fronts and backs. Maxwell Starwood will be in the jump circle for William Carey on the right side of the time stripe. Then on the other side, it's E.J. Galloway for Stillman, jumping on the left side of the circle. Glad to have you with us here on Super Talk Hattiesburg 97.3. Tip is up in the air, tipped in backcourt to Stillman's Virgil Fields, and away we go. Stillman operates left to right as we view the game here courtside at Clinton Gym. Petty working it in on the right baseline down there on William Gaines, and we're going to go ahead and have our first whistle just 12 seconds into this game on William Gaines Jr. Rode Petty the whole way down the right baseline, and evidently that was enough to draw a blocking foul, which makes you wonder, all right, is this going to be we touch somebody and we get called for a foul type of night? Stillman controls the ball once again after the inbound. Merriweather over to the right side corner with Carter. Carter back to Merriweather, high and right, guarded by Jonathan Floyd out there. Starts to go to work down the right lane line, puts a shot up, and scores it high over Javari Thigpen. Merriweather gets the first bucket of the contest. Stillman has the lead 2-0 on the first possession of this game. Floyd will bring it up the floor for William Carey. Operates as the point guard in this set of the offense. Comes left off a Starwood screen, back to Thigpen, top of the arc. Over to Gaines, high right wing. Back over to Kazaniza, top of the circle. Comes right off a Starwood screen, over to Gaines, down the corner. Javari Thigpen skies a 3 from deep. Throws up an air ball too long on that one. Merriweather gets the offside board. Stillman ahead on the floor. A handoff to Carter, guarded by Gaines out here on the right wing, and now a bounce pass back to Merriweather, top of the circle. Dribbles with it between the rings, now bounces left side over to Ladarius Carter, to Virgil Fields. Now over to the right side, 3 in the air swish for E.J. Galloway. Just a catch and shoot 3. Stillman has the early advantage, 5-0. 18:43 to go first half. William Carey with the ball. Floyd, top of the circle. He fires up the three off of a screen. Won't go. Battle inside for the rebound. It's lost over the end line. Last touch by William Carey. Dejon Whitworth will check in at the dead ball, and Javari Thigpen will take a seat, trying to get an extra true guard in there right now. Maybe bring out one big man and circle the offense around. Casanese will probably play now more at a 3 spot rather than the 2 that he was in the starting rotation. Starwood will circle down to be the center this time. Petty goes to work on Gaines, drives down low, puts up a shot, scores it. Gaines just drew foul number 2. Petty scores his first bucket. Gaines gets called for his second foul. Second team foul on William Carey, and this is tough foul trouble for Gaines in his first few minutes here against his old team. 18:23 to go, and Gaines has racked up foul number 2. Trey Petty is at the line down to our right, ready to shoot a free throw. It's 7-0 Stillman, and he just made the free throw to make it 8. 8-0 run to start the game for Stillman here. Floyd brings it up the center of the court into front court over to Casanese, left wing. Now Whitworth right side. Comes left off a Gaines screen to the head of the circle. Backs up with it. Gaines still playing in there with those 2 fouls. Whitworth at the base of the half-court circle. Comes forward on the key. Now gets it to Casanese left. He goes ahead and shoots the 3. Wide open, not there. And now Petty gets the rebound for Stillman. Merriweather works it hard up the floor, racing down the floor. Turns it over to Gaines. Gaines will race the other way. Down into the lane, makes a move on Merriweather, gets the ball knocked out of his hands as he came up with a finger roll. And the ball will stay with William Carey as it went out of bounds in the right side corner. It could have been a good fast break point opportunity for Gaines. He didn't go for the dunk, instead went for the finger roll and had the ball knocked out of his hand. Floyd to trigger it in, bounces it short in there to Maxwell Starwood in the right corner. Now pitches well out front to Dejon Whitworth to allow the offense to set with 19 on the timer. Whitworth between the rings. Has a screen from Gaines, slides left on that screen to the left of the arc, now into the corner with Casanese. He dribbles right out of there. 9 on the timer to Dejon Whitworth. Comes right up a Starwood screen to the head of the circle to Floyd, right wing. Back to Whitworth. He fires a 3 and banks it in. Dejon Whitworth makes the first bucket of the game for William Carey after coming in off the bench. And it's 8-3 Stillman with the advantage. A little bit of pressure from Floyd as Merriweather brings it up the floor. Gets it to Trey Petty, left wing. Guarded by Gaines out there. Top of the circle to Ladarius Carter. Back to Petty, left side. Comes right off a Carter screen. Whitworth picks him up out front. Now separates, fires the 3. Carter can't connect on it. And William Carey comes away with the rebound. Whitworth ahead to Floyd, left of the arc. He goes ahead and fires the 3 over Merriweather. Off the rim, not there. Petty with the rebound for Stillman. He'll go ahead and race it across the time stripe. Over to the head of the key. Pitches to the right wing with Carter. Now back up top to Merriweather. Guarded by Floyd out here high and right side. Gets it to Carter. Trapped over here on the right sideline. Comes left off of the screen. Fires a 3 on the right of the arc. Will not go. Casanese trying to tip the rebound to himself. Saves it inbounds to Dejon Whitworth underneath the basket. So William Carey controls it and brings it into the offensive half. Whitworth goes ahead and fires the 3. Off the side of the rim, not there. Merriweather with a rebound. Stillman works it up the floor. Down the right lane line on Starwood. Puts up a shot. Good off the glass. Devin Merriweather connects, and Stillman has double digits. 10-3 the score with 16:10 to go first half. William Carey operating on offense. Casanese, right wing, works it down low on the block to Maxwell Starwood. Turns around with a jump shot. Right hand won't go. Virgil Fields gets the rebound for Stillman. It's all Tigers underneath the bucket there to rebound. Crusaders in a man-to-man defense right now to start this ball game. Merriweather comes left off the screen, drives down the left lane line, stops at the elbow, pitches back out front. 3 in the air for Petty. Swish. A lot of shots falling right now for Stillman in the early going. It's a 10-point lead for the Tigers. 13-3, 15:30 to go. Whitworth, top of the circle, gets to Floyd, right wing. Back to Whitworth, head of the key to Gaines. Catch and shoot 3, left of the arc. Off the right side of the rim, no. Rebound tipped in the hands of Floyd. Back to Whitworth, top of the circle. Starts to drive, cut off at the top of the key. Gets it over to Floyd. Now back to Whitworth for a straight-on look for 3. Rimmed out, not there. Starwood gets the rebound on the left baseline. Pitch it to Gaines in the center of the lane. Off his hands, it goes into the hands of Merriweather. He drives down the floor, puts up a shot over Floyd, and gets a friendly roll to go in. Merriweather gets 6, and already a timeout called by Coach Knight. 15-3 the score with 15:02 to go first half. Stillman operating on all cylinders right now scoring-wise. It is going Stillman's way all the way right here offensively, as William Carey is just having a hard time shooting right now. Only 1 for 9 from the floor of the Crusaders for 11%. Meanwhile, Stillman has made 6 out of their 8 attempts, shooting at 75% here in the first 5 minutes of the game. The Crusaders' only basket is a three-pointer belonging to Dejon Whitworth, who came in off the bench. That's the only points on the William Carey side of the scoreboard. 15-3 the score, a 12-point lead for Stillman. Stillman led in scoring. Actually, it's a tie between Trey Petty and Devin Merriweather, each having 6 so far, and then E.J. Galloway had a three-pointer for the second set of points in the game. William Carey ball after the made basket by Merriweather. New personnel in as Bumpers has checked in. Whitworth's still in there. I'm trying to remember who checked out for William Carey. Must have been Gaines. 3 in the air for Bumpers. Yes, sir, from the right wing. Well, welcome to the club, and welcome to the scoring column. 15-6 the score. Bumpers makes a triple. Stillman has the basketball now. Petty goes to work on Bumpers, driving down the right baseline. Shot swatted underneath, goes over the end line. Last touch by Casaniza, who blocked the shot. Now Jones checks in. This is his first action of the game, getting some taller players in. Whitworth will take a seat. Got 3 guys in there, 6'7" and taller. Petty floats it in up top to Galloway, who in turn hands it off to Merriweather, high and left for the Tigers. 14:20 to go, first half. William Carey trailing by 11, 15-6. Merriweather drives inside, lost his hold, picked it back up, and scores from midway up the lane, 10 feet out. Merriweather already approaching double digits here. Floyd drives to the foul line, back out to the left side wing to Casaniza, now in the corner to Floyd. Back to Casaniza, now Floyd in the corner again, guarded by Merriweather, really close. Dribbles out of there and sets with it high and left. 14 to shoot for the Crusaders. Comes right and now drives down the right lane line, kicks out for a corner 3 from Bumpers, will not go. Galloway with a rebound for Stillman. Still some poor shooting from the Crusaders here early. Catch and shoot 3 on the other, and Galloway off the heel, not there. Casaniza all alone underneath for the William Carey rebound. Floyd works it up into front court, gets it to Casaniza, right wing. Comes left off a Starwood screen, now flips it over to Starwood on the right side of the wing. Back to Casaniza, driving left, right baseline, and we have a whistle and a foul on that drive on Stillman, which is their first team foul, and this one's going to go against Virgil Fields. That's his first foul. First one on Stillman. Just a common foul. As Stillman will check out Galloway and Carter. And Starwood will check out for the Crusaders. Arkechius Martin is in. They get it into Isaiah Jones. Jones puts it on the deck once over in the right corner. Gets it to Martin high and right. Martin dribbling with it between the rings out front. Now asking for some help. Instead drives it down the right lane line. Puts a floater up. Scores. Welcome into the ball game is Arkechius Martin. 17-8 the score. Now a steal out of the hands of Merriweather. Floyd comes away with it. Bringing it up the left sideline into front court. Goes in on Merriweather. Drives to the hole. Lays it in. Jonathan Floyd with a nice bucket. Makes it a 17-10 ball game. 12:52 to go first half. Good steal from Floyd and a basket on the other end. Drove right in on Merriweather. Petty back up top to Roger Davis, who just recently checked in. Around the horn to Derek Finkley. One of those 2 check-ins earlier for Stillman. Right side of the arc, Roger Davis goes out and fires a 3, rims out over Isaiah Jones. Bumpers comes away with a rebound for William Carey. Ahead, floats it up to Isaiah Jones, can't handle the pass cleanly, it goes out of bounds. Good thought, but Jones did not have his eye on Bumpers and wasn't able to collect it. Not the best pass either from Bumpers, but that had easy lay-in written all over it, but it's a turnover. 17-10 the score, clock rolling with 12:20 to go in the first half. Stillman with the ball. Fields brings it across the timeline into front court for the Tigers. Guarded by Casaniza out here on the right wing. Comes left off a screen for Merriweather. Drives down the left lane line. He's bodied by Isaiah Jones. Floats up a shot, scores it, and he'll head to the line for one more. Jones gets called for his first personal foul. 3rd team foul on William Carey. After William Gaines Jr. picked up 2 early fouls in the first 2 minutes, Jones finally gets William Carey's 3rd foul just outside of the 12-minute mark. Now Thigpen will check back in. Casaniza will take a breather. Now even in size there between Thigpen and Casaniza, about just an inch difference. Thigpen the shorter of the two. Fields floats up the free throw, knocks it through without touching the rim. Give him 3 points on that trip. It's 20-10. Bumpers over to the right side with Zarkejius Martin off a Thigpen screen. Comes right. Now goes to work down inside the lane. Flips it back out into the corner. Pass not handled too cleanly by Floyd. He can't shoot the three. Gets it back to Martin. Head of the circle. Drives. Puts a left-hand floater up in the lane. Good. Good runner shot from Zarkejius Martin. Give him 4 and give the Crusaders 12 points on their side. 20-12 the score. An 8-point lead for Stillman. Fields operating out front. Hands it off to Merriweather, left wing. Comes right off a high post screen. Puts a 15-footer up and knocks it through. Petty able to find the netting. It's a 10-point game again. Bumpers in the lane. Puts a shot up off the square and in. And timeout William Carey. 22-14 the score. Bumpers gets his second bucket. They give him 5. And William Carey trails by 8 now, 22-14. Right now the Crusaders, who started abysmally at 11% shooting from the floor, 1 of 9, now have improved to 35.7% shooting from the floor. Excuse me, make that 40%. And now Stillman, though, shooting at a high percentage, 64% from the floor, making 9 out of their 14 shots. William Carey has made 2 out of 10 shots from beyond the arc. Stillman has only knocked in 2 as well, but they've only attempted 6. Turnovers even so far, 2 apiece on either side. And rebounding is in favor of Stillman. 8 rebounds for the Tigers, 6 for the Crusaders. 22-14, Stillman with the ball right now, approaching the 11-minute mark. Merriweather pitches out front to Fields, back to Petty, top of the circle, guarded by Floyd. Crosses over the dribble, gets separation, fires up the 3, knocked it through. Falling down to the ground, no foul call, but Petty connects on a 3-pointer to give himself 11 points in this game. It's 25-14 Tigers. 10:51 to go first half. Floyd bounces to Thigpen. Now a chest pass to Bumpers over there in the left side corner. Backs up, fires up the 3, left it well short. Jones had the rebound for a second, but it gets knocked out of his hands into the hands of Virgil Fields of Stillman. Ahead, a pass goes into the corner. 3 in the air for Petty. This time he's short. Thigpen gets the rebound at the left block for the Crusaders. Floyd brings it in front court, sets right of the arc. Now we got to figure out what offense the Crusaders are running. Comes left off of the screen to the left of the arc. Back to Thigpen, top of the circle. Bodied up by Petty down low. Gets it over to Jones, and a blocking foul as Thigpen started to drive inside, and we have a timeout on the floor. Foul will be called on Roger Davis. That's his first personal, and the second team foul of Stillman. With timeout on the floor, we'll take a timeout as well. 25-14, Stillman leading the Crusaders with 10:19 to go in the first quarter. Or first half, I should say. This is William Carey Crusader Basketball on Super Talk Hattiesburg 97.3.
When you want to add some style to your truck or get some needed accessories installed, Trucks Plus in Hattiesburg has you covered. All types of bed liners are available at Trucks Plus, including Pro Coat spray on bed liners, UWS aluminum toolboxes, weather guard truck equipment, plus step bars and running bars, just to name a few. If your product is not in stock, it'll be ordered and installed promptly. Trucks Plus Auto Accessories, 1102 West Pine Street in Hattiesburg, 601-582-4118. Trucks Plus. Hey, are you looking for a great deal today on speakers, power tools, amps, guitars, lawn gear, or jewelry? Well, Discount Pawn and Pedal has all of that and much more. Discount Pawn and Pedal carries a wide variety of shotguns, rifles, and handguns. Hey, you won't find a more unique collection of pre-owned items anywhere. Come see for yourself at Discount Pawn, located at 1007 South Main Street in Pedal. We have it at Discount Pawn.
Here at Clinton Gym, William Carey with a deficit right now to overcome. 25-14 the score in the first half with 10:19 to go. William Carey just got the benefit of a foul call on Stillman. Just the second team foul of the Tigers, so William Carey will have to inbound right of the bucket. Whitworth gets it in to Thigpen down in the right side corner, gets it to Bumpers now high and right. 15 to shoot. Dribbles to the head of the circle, now hands off to Martin, high left. Comes up to the arc, starts to dribble inside the lane, makes a move, puts a shot up over Fields, will not go. Rebound tipped out front, won by Merriweather. He's running, and now has the ball stripped out of his hands by Bumpers as he tried to go into the lane. Bumpers sets with it on the offensive end and allows the Crusaders to set offensively. Whitworth hands off to Martin, starts to drive from the right side wing, over to the corner, catch and shoot three on the way for Whitworth, bottom. Whitworth with a couple of threes here in the early going, 25-17 the score, 9:41 to go. Merriweather dribbling high right side. Now circles over to the head of the circle, now gets it over to the right side with Finkley. Finkley back up top to Virgil Fields. Back to Finkley, back to Fields. Over the left side, Merriweather tries to bounce down low. We have a whistle and a travel call. Travel called on Devin Merriweather. He turns it over. William Carey with new life here offensively. Starwood checks back in for the Crusaders after a brief respite. Thigpen will trade out. So the Crusaders have in the ballgame right now Whitworth, Starwood, Jones, Bumpers, and Martin. So no Jonathan Floyd in the game right now. Whitworth's operating as point guard right now. Flips it over to Martin, catch and shoot three, left wing, off the front iron out there. Bumpers fights for the rebound, but Jones gets it for William Carey. To Whitworth back on the left wing again, guarded by Merriweather. Works at the low block, extended left. Jones tries to back his way in, picks the ball up, puts it up with the right hand. Short not there. Whitworth gathers the rebound, circles back out for William Carey on the left wing. As for the screen, comes left. He's picked up, though. Tries to float it inside. Pass is deflected over the end line. Last touch by Stillman, and the Crusaders will keep possession with 12 on the shot clock. .8:57 to go. William Carey gets it into Martin in the left side corner. He'll dribble it out to the right side. 9 on the timer. Martin dribbling with it high left. Comes up to the arc. Now to the foul line. Puts up a 15-footer. Off the rim, not there. Starwood tries to tip the ball out there, out front, but it's taken by Virgil Fields on the rebound. Comes into front court. Guarded heavily by Zarkechius Martin out there at the half-court line. Fields comes to the head of the circle. Bounces it to Petty. Hits a three off the front of the circle and knocks it through. Oh, Petty has been dangerous from three-point land. He's made 3 of them so far here in the early going. 28-17 the score. Stillman on top of the Crusaders. Whitworth drives inside the left of the lane, stops, turns around with a 10-footer. Shot won't go, long rebound gathered by Trey Petty. So Stillman controls once again. Another good defensive rebound for the Tigers. Petty to the head of the circle, had the ball stripped out of his hands. He has it on the ground, sitting with it, and we have a whistle and a timeout call by Coach Teasley. As soon as he saw Petty gathered it sitting at the head of the lane. Calls a 30-second timeout just to make sure his team retained ball possession. So with 8:06 to go, Stillman will keep the ball with 20 seconds on the shot clock. William Carey trailing 28-17, an 11-point game right now. Three-pointers have been highly kind to Stillman here in the early going, making 4 out of their 9 so far in this game, and he averaged about 39% from three-point land on the season, while William Carey has made 3 of their own, but they're 3 of 13 for only 23% from beyond the arc. William Carey averages about 35% of their threes to be made per contest. Now this is a tough Stillman team that they're playing today. Gave them fits back earlier this season on the road in Tuscaloosa. William Carey losing by 3 in game 1 and losing by 5 in game 2. Both games were ones where William Carey had a chance to tie at the end of regulation with a three-pointer and couldn't do it on either night. The second night they turned it over and a dunk was made on the other end as time expired. Stillman ball out of the timeout as Coach Teasley burns his first of 6. Fields tries to inbound, floats it in high left as a jump was made by Derek Finkley to gather that one. Stillman keeps it alive, 15 on the timer as Merriweather works with it high and right. Back over the left side with Finkley. Finkley gets it to Petty, back to Finkley, top of the circle. Comes up to the head of the arc, drives into the line, puts up a floater, runs into Bumpers, and they're going to call a blocking foul as he makes the shot. It bounced an eternity on that rim, hitting it 3 times. Finally falls in, and a late foul is finally called as Bumpers took a hit from the player Finkley and gets called for the block. That's his first personal foul, 4th team foul on William Carey. Finkley's credited with the bucket, and he'll shoot 1 from the line. Ready to go at the foul line down to our right as Stillman leads 30-17. Finkley bend to the knees, flips it up, and got it to go. Give Finkley 3 in this game. 31-17 the score. Bumpers with it on the offensive side, left wing, over to Casaniza. Now Floyd with it deep left side. Dribbles to his right to the head of the circle. Bounce feed, foul line extended left to Casaniza. Guarded by Fields out there. Pitch to the top of the key to Moore, who just recently checked in. Back to Bumpers left of the arc. 10 to shoot. Makes a move to his right, now comes back left, drives baseline. Feeds it to Starwood underneath. Easy right-hand floater in. Right in front of the bucket and gets it to go in. Give Starwood his first bucket. Crusaders would love to see him get hot on the offensive side. 2-3 zone look now for William Carey as they started out in that man-to-man. Over the right side, Finkley. Back to Petty. Now Finkley again with it on the right side. Guarded by Moore out there. He's the shorter player, Moore is. Back to Finkley. Starts to drive to the right block. Tried to bounce feed down low. It was deflected off the Carey player's leg and out of bounds. Tried to bounce it down low, I think, to Virgil Fields, and that got deflected by one of the legs of either Maxwell Starwood or another Crusader. And Petty will have to inbound from the right side corner. Stillman will now check in Ladarius Carter and give Fields a rest. And they'll also check in Marcus Bates for the first time today. And Roger Davis will take a breather. 9 on the shot clock for Stillman. Tigers leading by 12 over William Carey. Long pass thrown into backcourt, gathered by Ladarius Carter, who will have to bring it across the timeline. 6 to shoot. Over for a three-pointer. Now a travel violation call prior to the shot of Finkley. Threw up a three-pointer with about 4 seconds left on the shot clock, and he turns it over. All right, so William Carey with the ball once again as Starwood bounces it into Floyd. Under 7 to go first half. William Carey trails 31-19. Floyd with it on the right wing. Gets it to Bumpers, head of the circle. He goes ahead and tries the three. Rattles out, not there. Casaniza fighting for the rebound. And now Merriweather saves it over the end line as he bounces it off Casaniza and out of bounds. A good heads-up ball movement right there from Devin Merriweather. 6:35 to go first half, 31-19, William Carey trailing. 2-3 zone for the Crusaders once again. Merriweather, top of the circle, over to the right side. Catch and shoot three for Petty. Rattles out, not there. Fighting for his own rebound. Gets it, puts it back up, and rattles it in. Boy, Petty has been everywhere. Flying in from all sides of the floor, and he's got 16 points for the Tigers. 33-19. This is why they're number 1 in the SSAC West. Floyd back out high and right to Moore. Comes left to the head of the circle. Guarded heavily right there by Bates, who just checked in. Fires a three anyway from the right of the arc. Won't go. Floyd gets the rebound at the foul line. Goes ahead and puts it back up from 15 and knocks it down. Give Floyd 4. 33-21 the score. We have a whistle and a stoppage of play. And we'll go ahead and call a timeout on the floor. With timeout on the floor, 33-21 the score. This is William Carey Crusader Basketball, Super Talk Hattiesburg 97.3.
Century First Federal Credit Union lobbies are open for any of your financial needs. Stop by the main Century First branch in Hattiesburg to see the new renovations, including an updated drive-through experience. Century First also offers the best mobile offering, featuring secure lock debit cards, facial recognition app security, mobile check deposit, and Century First can get you the loan you need online with e-sign. Convenience, security, flexibility, and great service. Come experience the difference at Century First Federal Credit Union.
Economy Supply is so much different than the other stores because everybody up front has a niche where they are good at. So if you don't know something, you can go up front and ask. They kind of help me in the long run to where they're saving me time and my customers time because I don't have to do it again. It's right the first time at Economy Supply.
They put their customers before they do their bottom line, and that's why they've been in business for over 75 years. Economy Supply.
Out of the timeout, it's Stillman's ball, 33-21 the score with 5:57 to go first half. William Carey trailing by 12 here in the early going. Started the game down 8-0 before they finally got a three ball to go down from Dejan Whitworth. Stillman bounces over to the right side with Trey Petty, works it over to the corner on Bumpers, throws a pass out front. Merriweather has to retreat to gather it, works it down to the foul line, puts a fadeaway shot up. My goodness, he made that one. That is a crazy off-balance shot, but he got it to go down. 35-19, Stillman leads. Moore brings it up the floor for the Crusaders. Over to the left side of the arc with Savion Bumpers, back to Casaniza, just left of the top of the circle. Over to Moore, deep left wing, dribbles to his right. Now bounces to Casaniza, foul line extended right. Tries to back his way in the lane, turns, tries to muscle his way up. We have a whistle, travel called on Emil. He thought he kept his pivot foot the whole time, trying to plead his case, but will come away empty-handed on that possession again. Stillman with the ball again. Coach Knight asking who called that traveling. 5:04 to go. Stillman with the basketball again. Coach Knight pleading his case to the official that made that call. Petty, top of the circle to Finkley. Finkley drives inside, lost the ball, but it's picked up over there by Bates on the right baseline. Pitches out front, catch and shoot three for Ladarius Carter. Bottom. The three ball is what Stillman has been hanging their hat on. 38-19. 19-point lead. Excuse me, to 21. My apologies. Over the right side, Sarkeesius Martin hits the deck as he drives in. He's tripped on the way to the lane by Ladarius Carter. That's Carter's first personal foul. 4:30 to go. So my apologies on the math right there. It's a 17-point lead for Stillman. Bounce it into the corner. Savion Bumpers with a three. Won't go. And the rebound won by Finkley. The ball's poked loose on the floor. A dive by Petty on the floor. And let's see what the call is. There's a whistle. And they're going to say it's Crusader ball. He was on the end line whenever he touched the ball. So Crusaders will have the ball now with 20 on the timer. Okay, now we have the shot clock reset. So we're ready to go. Floyd will inbound it right of the bucket. Floats it into Casaniza, high and right. Gets it to Sarkeesius Martin off the right side of the arc. Starts to go in on Ladarius Carter. Bounces it in the lane. Puts it up. Short off the rim. A rebound gathered. Casaniza puts it back up. And a charge called on Casaniza. He made the bucket, but it's waved off. Evidently got him with the elbow. Casaniza gets his first personal. 15 foul on Carey. Crusaders can't get their shots to fall. Can't defend Stillman on the arc. And are turning the ball over. All things going against William Carey here in the early going. They haven't committed as many turnovers as Stillman, but it certainly feels like more than just the three that is shown right now on the stat monitor. Excuse me, 4 on the stat monitor. 4:13 to go. William Carey trailing 38-21. We have a stoppage right now. One of these officials went over to talk to Coach John Teasley of Stillman. And I think we're okay now. Stillman bounces it in. Merriweather will bring it up the floor for the Tigers. Stillman with the advantage in the ball right now here in the first half. Carter flips it into the foul line. 15-footer on the way. Good for Tamias Brand, who just checked in for the first time. Gets his first touch and knocks it in to make it 40-21. 19-point lead, biggest lead for Stillman in the game. Bumpers over to Casaniza, top of the circle. Turns around, gives it to Martin on the right wing. Guarded by Merriweather out there. A screen is set by Casaniza. Uses that screen going left. Now flips it back to Casaniza. Foul line extended right. Tries to bounce it on the cutter. Shot put up by Bumpers. He's fouled on the way up. And he'll head to the line for 2 free throws. As Marcus Bates gets called for his first personal. And the 4th team foul on Stillman. Oh, William Carey will take points any way they can get them here right now. Bumpers at the foul line. Goes in and puts up his first one. Perfect. 40-22 the score with 3:31 to go in the half. Second one on its way. He knocked them both in. Good job by Savion Bumpers to get the free throws to go down. It's 40-23 in favor of Stillman College. Petty up top to Merriweather. Now a bounce feed to Ladarius Carter, left of the arc. Back atop the circle to Merriweather. Now Petty right wing, double teamed out there on that wing. Gets it back to Merriweather, top of the circle. Over to Petty, catch and shoot three. Rattles out, not there. And the long rebound gathered by Martin after it was deflected by Casaniza. Works with it in front court down the right lane line. Martin puts up a 6-footer, won't go. Fighting for his own rebound, won't get it. As Bates got it, and now Stillman is running the floor. Merriweather wraparound pass underneath for Petty, puts up a shot off the glass, won't go. Starwood skies the rebound, left of the bucket for William Carey. Floyd works it hard into front court. Try to pitch it to Kazaniza underneath, and his pass goes off of Kazaniza out of bounds. Thigpen will check in for William Carey now with 2:45 to go in the first half. The Crusaders trail by 17, 40-23. Turnover number 6 of this first half. 40-23 the score. Stillman at the foul line, shot put up by Brand, too strong off the heel, no. Rebound gathered by Bumpers on the left baseline. In traffic, trying to split it, gets into front court now. Sets with it on the right wing, now starts to drive to the right block, pitches out to Thigpen right corner, back to Bumpers left wing. He goes ahead and tries a long three. Air ball, it goes out of bounds. Tried to save it in with Thigpen, but he was on the end line. 2:18 to go. William Carey once again just empty on an offensive possession. Dejon Whitworth will check in now as Bumpers will trade positions with him on the bench. 17-point game, 40-23 with 2:15 to go first half. Once again, 2-3 zone for William Carey. Merriweather works with it out front. Over to Carter, catch and shoot three, left of the arc. Too strong off the heel. Petty gathers the rebound, dribbles out with it to the right side of the arc, back to Merriweather, high right. He'll reset, bounce it over to Carter, back to Merriweather, top of the circle. Carter down the corner, Brand fakes a three, now drives inside, puts a right-hand runner shot, finger rolls in. Canias Brand with another point, 42-23, back to their largest lead of 19. Whitworth, top of the circle, over to Floyd, left of the arc. He fires up the quick three. High off the rim, no. Rebound, all Stillman players underneath the goal. So Bates comes away with it. Now it's a pass ahead to Trey Petty, and now they'll reset with Merriweather near the base of the half-court circle. Bounces over to Merriweather, right wing. Back around the ring, they work it to Carter. To the top of the circle, and Brand feeds down low. Bates couldn't handle it cleanly, dribbles out of there with it. Back to Merriweather, top of the circle, starts to drive. Back out to the right side corner. Petty thought about the three, instead slides to his left on the dribble. Back to Merriweather, long two on the way. It's an air ball out of bounds. 1:08 to go, first half. William Carey trailing 42-23. Jones is back in for the Crusaders, and let's see which Crusader checks out. It'll be Thigpen. So the Crusaders in the game right now are Kazaniza, Whitworth, Floyd, Jones, and Starwood. Crusaders get it in after some pressure from Devin Merriweather. Floyd works it up the floor. Gets it to Dejon Whitworth. He runs the right baseline, puts up a shot from right of the lane. Won't go. Rebound tipped loose and gathered by Devin Merriweather on the left baseline. The Crusaders cannot get a shot to fall. They're under 30% shooting here in the first half. 47 seconds to go. Petty works with it, left of the arc, guarded by Floyd. Bounces it to the foul line with Brand. He dribbles it out to the top of the circle and flips it over to Merriweather, high right. Guarded by Whitworth out there, 8 to shoot. Bounces it over the left side, three ball in the air, and that one's off the rim, not there. Rebound fought for by Petty along the baseline. He throws it out front. Loose ball gathered by Carter near the half-court line, just a couple inches from committing an over and back violation. 13 on the shot clock now for Stillman. Merriweather working with it on Dejon Whitworth. 7 to shoot. Goes to work. Crosses over his dribble down the left lane line. Puts up a two-hand shot and floats it in. Merriweather with 12 points here in the first half. 44-23. 5 seconds to go. Whitworth left of the arc. Comes right off a Jones screen. Now backs up. Throws a three from the left side. Off the rim, not there. And this is a first half that mercifully comes to the end for William Carey. 44-23. Stillman outscoring William Carey nearly 2-1. In half number one. First 20 minutes, not too kind to William Carey. We'll look at the first half stats and a whole lot more as we'll break things down for you and talk about how William Carey has gotten off to a rough start, trailing by 21 at the end of the first half, 44-23. We'll be back in just a moment. We'll take a timeout. This is William Carey Crusader Basketball, Super Talk Hattiesburg 97.3.
Century First Federal Credit Union lobbies are open for any of your financial needs. Stop by the main Century First branch in Hattiesburg to see the new renovations, including an updated drive-through experience. Century First also offers the best mobile offering, featuring secure lock debit cards, facial recognition app security, mobile check deposit, and Century First can get you the loan you need online with e-sign. Convenience, security, flexibility, and great service. Come experience the difference at Century First Federal Credit Union.
Economy Supply is so much different than the other stores because everybody up front has a niche where they are good at. So if you don't know something, you can go up front and ask. They kind of help me in the long run to where they're saving me time and my customers time because I don't have to do it again. It's right the first time at Economy Supply.
They put their customers before they do their bottom line, and that's why they've been in business for over 75 years.
For the past 25 years, Anderson's has been South Mississippi's largest rug source. We began humbly and have continued to try to bring high-quality rugs at fair prices every day. We still have great promotional events every quarter or so. We bring you what will be today's fashion and tomorrow's fashion so that what you buy will look good a long time and you'll be proud to own it a long time.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV?
What? No way, dude.
Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
In Laurel, visit Chuck May, just off Highway 15 behind Applebee's. And in Hattiesburg, visit Joe Bryant on Highway 49 across from Southern Miss.
Back here inside Clinton Gymnasium, William Carey off to a rough start here in the first 20 minutes, trailing Stillman 44-23 at the end of the first half. And let's just say William Carey has had a tough time scoring in this game, only scoring 27% of their shots from the floor, 9 of 33 in the first half. Meanwhile, Stillman has been shooting lights out at 58% from the floor. 18 out of their 31 shots have gone down the cylinder. And recipe for disaster right now, if you're a Crusader fan listening right now, is William Carey just can't find the bottom of the netting, and then there have been wide open looks from three for Stillman in the first half. They've knocked down 5 out of 14 for just a hair under 36%. William Carey has tried 19 different threes and only made 3 of them for just about 16% in that category. Free throws, meanwhile, have been even on both sides. Not many to speak of for either team. 3 for Stillman. All 3 have gone down. And then William Carey has gone 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. Both of those made by Savion Bumpers. Now, leading scorers right now through the first half for Stillman, it's been lights out for Trey Petty today. He's just 6 out of 13. I say just. He's just a hair below 500 shooting right now, but he has collected 16 points because 3 of those 6 made shots have been from beyond the arc. He's 3 out of 8 from the three-point line, and he's made 1 free throw as well, 1 for 1 in that category. So 16 points for Trey Petty, and then Devin Merriweather, not too far behind him, already in double figures with 12 points of his own to go along with 6 rebounds. He's shot 6 out of 7 from the field. No three-pointers for him, but a high percentage mark right now shooting for him in the first half. Meanwhile, for William Carey, they're led in scoring by Savion Bumpers, coming off the bench with 7 points, 3 of which came from a three-pointer, 2 from the charity stripe, and then 1 other shot from the field to give him that 7-point mark. Then Whitworth has knocked down 2 out of 4 three-pointers to give him 6 points. And then other Crusaders scoring-wise in the first half, Floyd with 4 and Zarkechius Martin with 4. And Maxwell Starwood has only gathered 2. Out of the starting 5 for William Carey, they've only amassed 6 points here in the first half. And those 6 belong to Floyd and Starwood. Gaines, Casanese, and Thigpen have all not scored. In fact, I think a lot of the game plan going in for William Carey has been disrupted because Gaines picked up 2 quick fouls in the first 2 minutes of this ball game. And just outside of 18 minutes to go, Gaines picked up foul number 2, and Coach Knight basically had to pull him at least not too long after that. And so Gaines only played 4 minutes plus in that first half as a starter. And then Javari Thigpen didn't play much either because with the loss of one of the big guys out there on the perimeter, or maybe as a forward going down low, it just didn't really spell out the recipe that Coach Knight was looking for. So he put a couple more guards in, maybe hoping that they would knock down shots from anywhere on the floor. And it just didn't happen. And so with the mismatches outside, William Carey tried to switch from a man-to-man to a zone. And Stillman has still been knocking down shots anywhere they've been shooting it from, whether it be from beyond the arc or driving inside. They've just made a whole lot of shots and have made them look pretty. Largest lead of the game right now for Stillman has been a 21-point lead, which is what it is right now at the end of the first half. They they started with an 8-0 run to start the game. William Carey then got a three-pointer from Whitworth. That run would continue out to a 15-3 lead. William Carey would kind of go back and forth with them, got it to within 7 a time or two, and made it 17-10 at one point, but then a shot plus one made it 20-10. Then a couple of baskets were exchanged back and forth, but Stillman had a handful of threes along the way as well. Got it all the way to 31-17. William Carey got a bucket to make it 31-19. Then the next check of the score before the next William Carey score was 35-21. Then it was 40-23. And then the final score at the end of the first half was 44-23. So there have been small runs here and there for Stillman, but it's just basically been that when William Carey makes one shot, Stillman makes two. They have literally outscored William Carey nearly 2-1. Because half of Stillman's score is 22, William Carey only has 23. So, with that said, we'll have a little bit more look of stats here at the end of the first half. Talk a little bit about bench scoring and second chance points, as well as some of the other margins and rebounding and turnovers on the other side of this timeout. William Carey trails Stillman 44-23 at the end of the first half. This is William Carey Crusader Basketball on Super Talk Hattiesburg 97.3.
Eddie Pearson Roofing is looking for experienced superintendents, modified bitumen roofers, and skilled labor hands, and is currently accepting applications. Applicants must apply in person at 112 Carson Street in Hattiesburg. Eddie Pearson Roofing has been helping the Pine Belt and state of Mississippi with any roofing needs for over 2 decades, and now is your chance to join their team. Again, Eddie Pearson Roofing is hiring, so don't hesitate and apply in person at 112 Carson Street in Hattiesburg. That's 112 Carson Street in Hattiesburg.
CMB Financial is ready to help you this holiday season. CMB Financial, located just off Highway 49 South by GameStop in front of Walmart, has the money you need for Christmas during these uncertain times. CMB is a locally owned lender making local decisions that is committed to help you finish this wild year on a high note by helping make the holidays special. Call or stop by CMB Financial for fast, friendly service and ask about their exclusive 5% cash back on your interest on every loan.
When you want to add some style to your truck or get some needed accessories installed, Trucks Plus in Hattiesburg has you covered. All types of bed liners are available at Trucks Plus, including Pro Coat spray on bed liners, UWS aluminum toolboxes, WeatherGuard truck equipment, plus step bars and running bars, just to name a few. If your product is not in stock, it'll be ordered and installed promptly. Trucks Plus Auto Accessories, 1102 West Pine Street in Hattiesburg, 601-582-4118. Trucks Plus. Hey, are you looking for a great deal today on speakers, power tools, amps, guitars, lawn gear, or jewelry? Well, Discount Pawn and Pedal has all of that and much more. Discount Pawn and Pedal carries a wide variety of shotguns, rifles, and handguns. Hey, you won't find a more unique collection of pre-owned items anywhere. Come see for yourself at Discount Pawn, located at 1007 South Main Street in Pedal. We have it at Discount Pawn.
Back here at Clinton Gym, William Carey's men's team trailing Stillman 44-23 at the end of the first half. Coming off of a win earlier this week against Loyola, ranked opponent. In fact, Loyola was ranked 12th, and Stillman is ranked a little bit lower than that as it stands right now at 23. But Stillman right now facing William Carey at a lot better mark than Loyola did back on Tuesday night, and Stillman off to a great start with this 44-23 lead over the Crusaders. Let's talk minor statistics here. Assist-wise, William Carey has 4. Stillman out assisting William Carey with 5. Rebounding-wise, give credit to Stillman. They've gotten it done off the glass, getting 22 rebounds to William Carey's 15. Crusaders have gotten a couple more offensive rebounds, but then you think about it, William Carey's also missed 73% of their shots from the floor, so there's been more ample opportunity for offensive rebounding. Stillman has gathered 18 defensive rebounds compared to William Carey's 9. So more defensive rebounds for Stillman than total rebounds for William Carey in the first half. Turnovers, it's actually an even margin right now, 6 apiece for each team. Blocking-wise, William Carey has 1 block, and that one belongs to Savion Bumpers. Other random statistics, bench scoring, William Carey with 17 points off the bench because they've had lackluster performance from those starting 5. The only starters that scored points for Floyd and Starwood, who got a grand total of 6 between the two of them. Then you think about Dejon Whitworth, his first touch out of being checked in was a 3-pointer that he made. Savion Bumpers likewise made a shot as soon as he checked in. And then Zarkechius Martin has come away with 4 points through the 7 minutes plus that he's played in the first half. So been bench players for William Carey that have gotten a majority of their scoring. Then points in the paint, this one belongs to Stillman. 22 points in the paint for the Tigers to 10 for William Carey. Second chance points, though Stillman had less offensive rebounds, they have collected 8 points on their own side of the floor on second chances. William Carey's only got 2 points off of their 6 offensive rebounds. Then points off of turnovers, fairly even, but Stillman with a slight advantage with 10 points to William Carey's 8 off of the turnovers. Stillman has come back onto the floor, and William Carey has just left the locker room after a long conversation with Coach Knight and company. And we'll take one final timeout, and we'll be back with the second half in just a moment. William Carey trails Stillman 44-23. This is William Carey Crusader Basketball, Super Talk Hattiesburg 97.3.
Eddie Pearson Roofing is looking for experienced superintendents, modified bitumen roofers, and skilled labor hands, and is currently accepting applications. Applicants must apply in person at 112 Carson Street in Hattiesburg. Eddie Pearson Roofing has been helping the Pine Belt and state of Mississippi with any roofing needs for over 2 decades, and now is your chance to join their team. Again, Eddie Pearson Roofing is hiring, so don't hesitate and apply in person at 112 Carson Street in Hattiesburg. That's 112 Carson Street in Hattiesburg.
CMB Financial is ready to help you this holiday season. CMB Financial, located just off Highway 49 South by GameStop in front of Walmart, has the money you need for Christmas during these uncertain times. CMB is a locally owned lender making local decisions that is committed to help you finish this wild year on a high note by helping make the holidays special. Call or stop by CMB Financial for fast, friendly service and ask about their exclusive 5% cash back on your interest on every loan.
When you want to add some style to your truck or get some needed accessories installed, Trucks Plus in Hattiesburg has you covered. All types of bed liners are available at Trucks Plus, including Pro Coat spray on bed liners, UWS aluminum toolboxes, Weather Guard truck equipment, plus step bars and running bars, just to name a few. If your product is not in stock, it'll be ordered and installed promptly. Trucks Plus Auto Accessories, 1102 West Pine Street in Hattiesburg, 601-582-4118. Trucks Plus. Hey, are you looking for a great deal today on speakers, power tools, amps, guitars, lawn gear, or jewelry? Well, Discount Pawn and Pedal has all of that and much more. Discount Pawn and Pedal carries a wide variety of shotguns, rifles, and handguns. Hey, you won't find a more unique collection of pre-owned items anywhere. Come see for yourself at Discount Pawn, located at 1007 South Main Street in Pedal. We have it at Discount Pawn.
Back here in Hattiesburg, William Carey trailing Stillman 44-23 at the end of the first half. Crusaders will start with the ball here in the second half. They need every offensive touch they can get, but they also need to score points whenever they come down the floor. Starting 5 here in the second half looks like this. William Gaines has checked back in after picking up those 2 fouls quick in the first half. Jonathan Floyd, Emil Casaniza, Maxwell Starwood, and Javari Thigpen in the game. Starwood works with the top of the circle as William Carey starts with the ball. To Thigpen down low, works it up underneath with a shot off the glass, high and in. rattled and fell through the cylinder. William Carey gets the first bucket of the second half. Thigpen with his first points. Makes it 44-25. Under 20 points, the deficit now. It's 19. Work it around to Fields now in the corner. Petty rises from distance and knocks down a triple. Well, William Carey got points on their first possession, but Stillman got an extra point on theirs. 47-25. Casaneza works top of the circle, comes right off a Starwood screen. He's picked up by Petty out there. Hands off the ball to Starwood, coming right down the baseline. Makes a move, puts it down low. Shot put up by Gaines, and he's fouled. Hey, the Stillman players and bench thought it was a clean block, but evidently no, it's a foul on E.J. Galloway. His first personal on the first team foul on Stillman of the second half. Good break for William Carey. Gaines will head to the line for the first time tonight. Gaines a 50% foul shooter this season. He's only attempted 14. Do the math real quick. He's made 7 of them. Got a chance to knock down 2 here. Puts up the first one, rolls it in. That's Gaines' first point of the game. 47-26. Chance to make it back to a 20-point game now. Second one on the way. Off the glass, not there. And we have a whistle and a lane violation on Petty. So Gaines will get another chance. Wipe that one off. Petty's trying to plead his case, saying that he wasn't in the lane. It'll fall on deaf ears, and Gaines will have another opportunity here. Bends the knees, puts it up, and off the heel, it bounces up and goes off. And what are they going to say? There was a lane violation on Carey, or they're going to say it went out of bounds off of Carey. Oh, I see what they said. They said that Thigpen going for the rebound touched the ball while it was still on the rim. Okay. 47-26 the score, so Gaines misses the second one officially. Carter works it down low. Galloway puts up a right-hand shot off the glass and in. I think William Carey was trying to switch, and nobody underneath knew what was happening. Now on the other end, a reverse layup shot is scored by William Gaines. He's trying to work his way back into this game on the offensive side. Coach Knight, whenever he recruited Gaines and brought him in, said that he was probably going to be more of a defensive guy, but he's putting in points here in the second half. Petty pitches in the corner to Carter, picked up out there by both Floyd and Thigpen. Merriweather now Fields left side, back to Merriweather on the right wing, guarded by Gaines out there. Playing with 2 fouls, floats it over to Fields, left wing, starts to drive down the lane, puts it over on the left side with Petty. He knocks down a triple yet again. Was left all alone out there. Petty has 5 threes in this game. Casaneza right wing, Thigpen around the horn to Gaines left side. Asks for a screen, now works right off that Thigpen screen, floats it to Casaneza right side, back to Gaines in the right corner. Thought about the 3, now gets to the Thigpen. He catches and shoots the 3 from the right wing. Off the rim, no, but Galloway fouled him in the act of shooting. So Galloway picks up foul number 2, and Thigpen will head to the line for 3 free throws. Well, Crusaders will try to get points any way they can right now. Right now, they're hoping it comes from the foul line and Javari Thigpen. Thigpen, a 72% foul shooter. First one is on his way, perfect. And Coach Knight wants to go ahead and call a timeout with 17:55 to go and 2 more free throws upcoming for Javari Thigpen. So he just calls his 30-second timeout. Check that, he's only got fulls left. So he'll call the full 60-second variety timeout here. William Carey trailing Stillman right now 52-29 with 17:55 to go in the second half. William Carey ended the first half only shooting 27.3% from the floor, making 9 out of their 33 shots. They've made both of the they've gone 2 for 2 from the field so far here in the second half. But defending-wise, they've left Petty open for a couple triples already. And Galloway got an easy floater to go from the right side, and that's why Stillman has gotten 8 points here in the second half. Carey, meanwhile, has only gotten 6, so Stillman's pushing their lead out further right now. It's a 23-point lead for the Tigers, but Thigpen's got 2 more foul shots up coming out of this timeout. At the foul line down to our right as we turn things around on which goal everybody's shooting at. First one on its way, or excuse me, that's the second one, rattles out. Hit front rim, back rim, and fell off the front. So he's 1 for 2, got 1 more coming now for his third. Chance to make it 52-30 if he's successful. Puts it up, and it's good. Goes 2 for 3 from the line. (30-52) in favor of Stillman. Crusaders with Floyd, Starwood, Casaniza, Gaines, and Thigpen in the game. Those are the starting 5 back in the first half. Merriweather works with it, gets it over to Petty, right wing. Goes in on Gaines underneath, puts the shot up, no good. Let's see who they call the foul on. A couple of Crusaders down there. Gaines was the one riding him the whole way, and they will call it on Junior. And that's his third personal. Team's first. He had the first 2 fouls of the first half, has the first one here of the second. Petty with a deep bend of the knees, free throws up and scored. Give him 23 right now in the game. Second one on its way, it's good as well. 54-30. With 17:35 to go in this game. Jonathan Floyd, head of the circle for the Crusaders, outlets to Gaines, left wing. Floats it down low, intended for Starwood, and it's batted around and saved by Stillman. It was over the head of Starwood. It was all Stillman's ball to control. I believe Merriweather was the one underneath that saved it in bounds. Fields throws a pass, intercepted by Thigpen, chases the ball down the center of the floor, and dunks it on the other end. Dunked it in with the right hand. It's 54-32 with 17:05 to go. Good fast break points for William Carey right there after the turnover. That's the kind of tenacity you want to see out of the Crusaders here in the second half. Man-to-man defense by the Crusaders now to start this one. Merriweather on the right side working in on Jonathan Floyd. Makes his way into the right elbow, puts up a shot that rattles 5 times and falls through. They can't miss right now. Merriweather gets his first bucket of the second half. Starwood catch and shoot 3 on the other end. Off the right side of the rim, no. Petty falls down with the ball and he travels. So the Crusaders will keep it on this end. Bumpers checks in right now. Starwood will take a breather. You like to see the Crusaders attempt those threes with Maxwell Starwood. Every now and then they'll fall through. That one did not. He'll take a seat, as will now Emil Casaniza. Dejon Whitworth will take his place. A lot of guards in there right now, not a whole lot of tall players. Floyd to trigger it in. Gets it up top to Javari Thigpen. Him and Gaines, the tallest players on the court right now. Spins inside the lane, makes a move, has the ball stripped out of his hands. He's fouled. And now a technical foul on Stillman. A personal foul on E.J. Galloway, that's his third. And then a technical foul on him, that's his fourth. So it's a common foul on the first one, so that doesn't send William Carey to the line, I don't believe. But Javari Thigpen, I believe, is going to attempt these technical foul shots. I think Coach Knight is asking, does he have to be the one that's making these technical foul shots? No, he wants to have Jonathan Floyd shoot these. Technical foul was not on a player. It was just from talking. The referees are going to talk about it. The one who made the foul is talking about, or called the foul, is telling the other referees what the situation is, and they're saying, yes, it is just a common foul, and then well after that, the technical foul was called. So Floyd attempts the first of the technical foul shots and makes them. Makes his first. That gives William Carey 33 on their side of the scoreboard. Floyd with another opportunity here, and he makes the second one as well. Now, on the common foul on Javari Thigpen, this will send everybody to the line. Okay, so this was a shooting foul. Fourth team foul, after all that, on Stillman. 56-34 the score, 16:30 to go, second half. So Thigpen will be attempting 2 foul shots after the 2 technical foul free throws were made by Jonathan Floyd. So Thigpen's ready to go at the line to our right. Puts the first one up. Perfect. If Thigpen 7 has a chance to make it 8 right now if he's successful on both of them. Got the ball ready to go once again. Bends, flips it up, got it. Oh, 4 points on one trip for William Carey right there. That's nice. Score margin is now 20, 56-36. Merriweather works with it out high and right. Hands off to Petty right of the arc. Now flips it over to Merriweather, drives underneath the bucket, puts a reverse layup shot, good off the glass over Thigpen. Merriweather has barely missed at all in this game. Whitworth right of the arc to Floyd, top of the circle, starts to drive down the left line, puts up a left-hand finger roll, will not go. Rebound tracked down by Davis. Davis works it down the floor to Virgil Fields, top of the arc, to the left elbow with Petty. Petty backs out and fires a 3 over Bumpers off the left side of the rim, not there. Whitworth gets the rebound for William Carey. Works it hard off the floor into the offensive half of the left sideline. Now angles into the lane. Beats down low. Reverse layup shot scored by William Gaines, and he is fouled. Count the bucket for Junior. And the foul's called on Virgil Fields. That's his second personal. 15 foul on Stillman. And that'll send Gaines to the line for a free throw. Floyd will take a breather. Moore checks in his spot. 58-38 the score. And it's good. (58-39). It's a 19-point game now. William Carey now with more points in the second half than Stillman has. 15:30 to go in the second half. Fields working in on Gaines at the top of the lane. Bounces up front to Merriweather, nearly stolen by Moore. Merriweather at the right elbow, pitches down low. Shot is put up. Charge called on Davis as he drove in there on William Carey. Knocked Thigpen to the floor, and he gets called for the charge. That's foul number 2 on Davis. 6th team foul on Stillman. 58-39, William Carey trying to cut back into this lead slowly but surely of Stillman's. 58-39. Bumpers right off a screen to the head of the circle, drives down into the lane, feeds to Thigpen for an easy right-hand lay-in. Thigpen with 9. Excuse me, Thigpen with 10, I should say. Missed the free throw he made earlier. He's in double figures. It's 58-41. Wraparound pass down low, shot put up by Fields, short off the window, but the putback is up and scored by Roger Davis. 60-41, Stillman on top. Bumpers catch and shoot 3 on the other end. Off the heel, not there. Davis gets the rebound. Ahead the pass comes to Finkley, puts a shot short off the rim, but Bumpers is going to get called for a personal foul. Well, now we have a whistle, and they're going to say wave off the basket. Okay, never mind. That was something entirely different. Not sure what this referee over here was trying to say of waving off a shot. It is a shooting foul for Finkley. Bumpers picks up foul number 2. Second team foul for William Carey of this half. Finkley at the line down to our left. Flips the first one up, rattled off. Martin will check in for Bumpers here at the dead ball. With his Crusaders trailing by 19, 60-41, 14:35 to go in this game. Finkley with one more opportunity at the line. Puts this one up and makes the correction. So he scores the second one, gives himself 4, and it's 61-41. Gaines driving down the right lane line, puts up a right-hand shot, partially blocked by Fields. Carter gets the rebound for Stillman. Quick shot attempt for William Carey, and they feel like they need to make quick shots because it takes a long time to collect 20 points to get back in this game. Stillman with the ball now on their offensive end. Merriweather splits a double team, feeds down low. Fields all alone for a right-hand layup. Fields with 6. Lead is back to 22. 63-41. Moore, top of the circle. He tries a 3 from straight on. Off the left side, no. Thigpen tried to tip the rebound out on the wing to Whitworth, but it's intercepted by Fields. Stillman controls once again. Chance to expand on their 22-point lead. Merriweather right off of the field screen. Works it in on Whitworth and Thigpen. Puts a shot up. Blocked by Thigpen underneath. Gaines comes away with the rebound. Ahead, the pass comes to Martin. Starts to drive from the right arc. Puts a shot up off the glass. Blocked over there by Roger Davis. He comes away with the rebound. Ahead, the pass comes to Fields, and he traveled with it. Through the pass the length of the floor, down the right lane line. Davis tried to come down with it, and he traveled. So another turnover gives William Carey the ball with 13:27 to go and a deficit of 22 points. $13:27 to go. William Carey with the ball. Whitworth will bring it up the floor for the Crusaders. Gaines trots behind him into the offensive half. Whitworth hands it off to Floyd, who comes to the head of the circle. Now comes right and hands off to Martin. Comes left to the head of the bubble. Now comes right off the screen. Now back to his left. Hands off to Dejon Whitworth. Picked up quickly by Carter. Now underneath. Martin was driving underneath the bucket, and he was fouled on his way underneath by Devin Merriweather. That's Merriweather's first personal and the 7th team foul, which means Martin will be shooting 1-1. Maxwell Starwood will go ahead and check in at the front end of this 1-1, and Gaines will check out. Merriweather, who just committed that foul, is 8 of 10 from the field. 80% shooting. First one on the way, good for Zarkechius Martin. His first point of the second half. Makes it 63-42. Second one on its way, and that one rattles in. Good job by Martin to earn the bonus and then make the bonus. Fields brings it up the left sideline to the front court for Stillman now with under 13 minutes to go in the game. 20-point game, 63-43. Fields guarded by Starwood out front. Dribbles, goes into work with 13 on the timer, floats it up down in the lane, and it is called for a charge. Ran right into the body of Isaiah Jones, knocked him down in the center of the lane. That's the third foul on Fields. 8th team foul, but it's a player control foul, so it won't send Jones to the line. But it will be William Carey ball with 12:46 to go. Once again, 20-point game in favor of Stillman, 63-43. Whitworth, top of the circle, goes left with his dribble. Guarded loosely by Ladarius Carter out there. Bounces that low block extended left to Maxwell Starwood. In the trees, pitches it out front to Zarkechius Martin. Thought about the three. Now we'll go ahead and take it as he steps to his right and rattle it in. Give Martin 8 points and another three-pointer. 63-46, approaching the 12-minute mark. Merriweather off the right sideline in front court, dribbling with it, high and right, setting his offense. Man-to-man showed by William Carey. Now bounce feed up top, long two on the way, no good for Davis, but an offensive rebound claimed by Finkley. So a reset and a fresh 20 on the timer for Stillman. Merriweather working with it left of the arc. Floats it over atop the circle to Davis. Davis works in on Jones. Fadeaway jump shot from 10 feet out. Rattles, won't fall. Jones gets the rebound. Floyd works it hard up the floor, down the right lane line. Puts up a desperation shot off the glass. Wouldn't go. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by the deflecting Stillman player Roger Davis, and we have timeout on the floor. It'll be William Carey's ball out of the timeout. William Carey trails 63-46 with 11:38 to go. We'll take a timeout. This is William Carey, Crusader Basketball on Super Talk Hattiesburg, 97.3.
It's game day. All you should be worried about is the score, because we've got the food covered. With fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
You can feed your family and support your team in a fun family atmosphere. See store for details. Buffalo Wild Wings, just off I-59 at Hardy Street in Hattiesburg.
For the past 25 years, Anderson's has been South Mississippi's largest rug source. We have people drive in from Meridian or the coast. They bring folks here and shop our rugs. We have folks that are happy as they can be with a $200 rim-size rug and happy as they can be with a $5,000 rim-size rug. And our job is to help them make those good choices. and help them spend their money wisely.
Well, the deficit now is 17 for William Carey. Here at home facing Stillman College. Folks out of Tuscaloosa. Haven't been in the SSAC very long. In fact, joined back in 2018. I think this is only their third season. William Carey ball out of the timeout. Floyd bounces it in to Jones on the right block. Tries to go to work inside. Muscles up, fakes the shot, puts it up. Too short. Gets his own miss, but has the ball stripped out of his hands. Goes to the floor with it. Both players down on the floor with it, and Jones is the one that is called for being out of bounds holding the ball. It'll go back to Stillman. Couple players loose on the floor. Both of them were out of bounds, but I think Jones was the first one to touch it. That's what the referees say anyway. 11:28 to go in this one. William Carey trailing by 17, 63-46. Pressure from William Carey in backcourt as they get it in. Fields has it in backcourt, guarded by Starwood. Trying to double team him. He floats it over across the timeline, gets it in the hands of Finkley. Back to Merriweather, top of the circle. Now high and right with it, dribbling with Floyd, giving him some separation. Comes right off of a screen, drives into the lane. Nearly had the ball stripped out of his hands, but he keeps it alive and floats it up from the left block and scores. Petty has made 9 out of his 11 shots. 3 on the other end for Martin, a quick one, not good, and Davis gets the rebound for Stillman. 65-46, now he has his pocket picked out front, but an errant throw from Jones after intercepting the pass goes out of bounds. Well, now are they going to say it was deflected? Yeah, they're going to say it was deflected. My apologies. So William Carey keeps the ball. I thought Jones threw that away on his own, but evidently Stillman touched it. So a good save for William Carey. Back to the same deficit it was at halftime. Oh, excuse me, it's a 19-point game, not 21. 65-46 the score. Whitworth, left of the arc, catch and shoot 3 in the corner from Martin, off the front edge of the rim, not there. Offside board gathered by Finkley of Stillman. Martin trying to give Merriweather all his money's worth of guarding in backcourt, but Merriweather does get it across the timeline. Circles into the lane, flips it out to the right corner, gathered by Carter after he was well away from where that pass was intended. Pass back to Carter after he got it into the lane. His 3 will not go. Rebound gathered by Thigpen. Whitworth brings it up to the head of the circle, now into the lane. Goes up with a shot, had it stripped from his hands, loose ball, and Davis has it for Stillman. He works it up the floor, step inside the arc on the right side, on the right baseline. Now flips it back to Darvin Merriweather, high and right to reset. 9:50 to go in this game. William Carey trailing by 19, 65-46. Stillman the top team in the SSAC West. Now feed inside the lane, batted around. It goes over the end line. Last touch by William Carey. I think Maxwell Starwood was the last one to have his hands on it. And William Gaines Jr. will check in now to replace the freshman Zarkechius Martin. But in the meantime, there are 3 new bodies in the game for Stillman as Brand, Bates, and who else has checked in? I think Petty may have come in off the bench right there. He had a breather for a little while. Yeah, those 3 plus Carter and Merriweather in the game. Now Brand just threw it in off of Maxwell Starwood's legs, and it kicked out of bounds, so he'll throw it in once again. 6 on the timer. He gets it into Trey Petty in the right corner. Fires up a long 2 shot. Off the rim, not there. Rebound tipped up in the air. Nearly goes in the cylinder, but it's floated out front and gathered by Stillman's Bates, and they'll reset with a fresh 20. Merriweather high and right for the Tigers. Asking for the screen, decides not to use it, going right. Down the right lane line, puts up a contested shot, floats it in. He can't miss. He absolutely cannot miss today. He's got 18. 67-46 the score. Whitworth, mid-range jump shot, left of the lane, good. That was almost an 18-footer. I say mid-range, that was long too. 67-48, back to a 19-point game. Bates back out front to Merriweather. Makes the pass over to Petty, head of the circle. Now instead gets it over the right side with Brand. Brand guarded by Starwood out there on the right side wing. Fakes the handoff to Merriweather, now dribbles with it high and right near the half-court line. Now goes to work on Starwood, puts up a 16-footer over Maxwell and knocks it in. Brand with 6 points. This is his first action here in the second half. 69-48. Crusaders on the other end. Starwood puts up a left-hand desperation shot, good off the window. That makes it 50-69. Oscillating around the 19-point mark in score differential. 8 minutes to go in this one. Carter goes in the lane, floats it down low for Bates, who makes a reverse lay-in shot off the right side to go. That's his first points of the game. Makes it back to a 21-point advantage. Gaines works in on the lane, puts a right-hand floater, good from 10 feet out. Junior with 7 for William Carey. It's 71-52. Just exchanging 2-point buckets left and right. Merriweather in front court, guarded out near the half-court line by Jonathan Floyd. Guarded really closely. Throws it down low. Bates puts up a shot, blocked underneath by Starwood, and Maxwell Starwood gets the rebound. Bounces it to Whitworth, who brings it into front court, drives in the lane, tries to put up a right-hand finger roll shot, blocked over the end line by Bates, but it'll stay with William Carey. Bumpers and Casaniza will check in here on the offensive side of the floor as Whitworth and Starwood will check out. That leaves Floyd, Thigpen, Casaniza, Bumpers, and Gaines in the game. Pass out front, knocked off by Petty and stolen out of the air by Brand. Petty hits the floor hard, and we'll have a stoppage of play to check on Petty to see if he's okay. As he was putting his hand on the side of his face to see if he was okay. They stop everything momentarily as Stillman has control of the ball with 7:17 to go in this game. He's going to say he's okay. I think it may have just shocked him because he was fighting for that loose ball out front, and then in trying to lean back and catch the ball, he lost his footing and fell to the floor. 19-point game, 71-52, 7:17 to go. Stillman with the ball now as they inbound to Trey Petty out front. Comes left with his dribble, guarded by Bumpers out front. Now flips it over to Merriweather high and left with 20 on the timer. Floyd picks him up here on the left side of the wing. Goes to work with 10 to shoot, to the foul line, puts up a fadeaway jump shot, off the rim, falls in. Devin Merriweather show once again. It was Trey Petty in the first half, making 16 points, but percentage-wise, Merriweather has been the star of this game for Stillman. After some problems, Casaniza gets it into Floyd. Floyd tries to put up a shot blocked hard over the end line by Marcus Bates of Stillman. He hits the floor as he elevated so high to get that blocked shot. And he's lying belly down underneath the basket. Now he'll come up to his knees and now to his feet. Stays with William Carey with 26 on the timer. A couple of Stillman players have hit the floor here late. Giving the guys with the towels some action to come on the floor and mop up the moisture. Floyd bounces it into Bumpers. He starts to go down the baseline and gets fouled on the floor, but this is a one-and-one opportunity now as Brand picks up foul number 1 of the game for him and the 9th team foul on Stillman. Well, Bumpers has been at the line a couple times tonight. Actually, he's only been there once. My apologies. He's 2 for 2 from the line today. Martin will check in now at the dead ball, and Floyd checks out. Bumpers at the line, shooting 1-1. First one on the way, perfect. (73-53). Bumpers with one more upcoming. Slight bend of the knees, puts it up, and knocked it through. 19-point game again, 6:36 to go. The very talented Devin Merriweather bringing it across the timeline, settling with it on the right sideline, guarded by Martin out front. Now goes to work driving underneath the hold, pitches it in the left side corner, now back to Petty, left wing, rattles in a 3. Boy, when Petty's been wide open, he hasn't missed that three-pointer. 6 out of 12 from beyond the arc. Gaines in the lane, pitches out to the right side. Bumpers, now he'll move to his left, fire a 3, and he makes it. Bumpers now in double figures with 11. Makes it 57-76. And now a loose ball on the floor in the backcourt. Zarkejius Martin comes away with it on a steal. Pitches to Bumpers, left wing. He tries the 3, got it. Well, that's a way to get back in the groove. Bumpers with 3 threes in this ball game. It's now a 16-point game. Merriweather is able to get it across the timeline on Martin this time, and now Martin is going to get called for a block. Getting him with the body there as Merriweather was across the timeline. And we'll have timeout on the floor. Martin picks up his first foul. William Carey's third as a team in this half. And William Carey trails by 16, 76-60. We'll be back when play resumes. This is William Carey Crusader Basketball, Super Talk, Hattiesburg 97.3.
From the quarterback to the kicker, everyone contributes to a winning football team. As a Shelter Auto Insurance customer, you are part of our winning team. This year, you're driving less and having fewer accidents, so Shelter is lowering auto insurance rates. Not a current customer? Contact your local Shelter agent for a free quote. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Some restrictions apply. Not available in all states.
In Laurel, visit Chuck May, just off Highway 15 behind Applebee's. And in Hattiesburg, visit Joe Bryant on Highway 49 across from Southern Miss.
I like working with Economy Supply because they work with my customers, they work with my employees, my carpenters. They help us get the job done. In dealing with Economy Supply, I do get a fair price, but more than that, I get Lou, the level of service that Lou gives us is equivalent to me having another employee, so I'm getting more.
They put their customers before they do their bottom line, and that's why they've been in business for over 75 years. Economy Supply.
5:37 to go in this affair here inside Clinton Gymnasium. William Carey started this half with a 21-point deficit. They've got it to within what is now 16, 76-60 the score. Stillman on top of William Carey. Crusaders have gotten 5 points of an advantage here in the second half. Hadn't come easy. In fact, just happened recently on a pair of threes from Savion Bumpers to get them to this mark. Stillman, though, has ball possession right now in front court. Led in scoring right now by Devin Merriweather, by Trey Petty, who has 28. Merriweather underneath, puts up a reverse layup, shot good. And I almost said Merriweather leads in scoring. He leads in scoring percentage, though, as he has just made shot number 12 out of 15. Bumpers on the other side has the ball knocked out of his hands as he was going up with a shot. Then he saves it, gets it to Gaines, running down the left baseline, tries to go up with a dunk, had it knocked free, ball loose out front. Bumpers has it, bounces down low. Gaines takes a dribble in the lane and has the ball knocked free out of his hands by Bates, and Stillman has it. Coach Knight just shaking his head in disbelief, running fingers through his hair. Can't believe that his team didn't come away with points right there. The lead is 18, 78-60. Merriweather dribbling out high and left, goes to work to the left side of the arc, now puts up a fadeaway shot from midway up, finally misses one. Casaniza thought he had the rebound, it goes loose over the end line, and it was knocked free out of his hands, so Stillman was the last to touch it. Casaniza will inbound when play resumes. Moore now checks in for William Carey, and Zarkechius Martin will check out. 4:34 to go in this game. William Carey trailing by 18, 78-60. Bumpers working it up the floor for the Crusaders. Goes to work left of the arc. Now takes a step inside the arc, bounces down low. Reverse layup shot put up by Gaines Jr., and he puts it through. Gaines with 9. William Carey with 62 on their side of the board. It's a 16-point game, 78-62. Merriweather going to work on Sean Moore, now backs back up with it. Comes to the left of the arc, now drives inside all the way to the hole, puts up a late shot off the front edge of the rim, not there. Bumpers gets the rebound. William Carey pushing it out up the floor. Bumpers in the lane, pitches out in the corner. Casaniza fakes the three, steps to his left. Got some player to fly, pitches to Bumpers in the right side corner, dribbles once with it. Now we have a whistle and a 3-second lane violation on William Carey. Evidently, Javari Thigpen down low in the lane for too long. That was nearly a 3-point added for William Carey's Bumpers. It's kind of a tie between him or Casaniza who's going to attempt it. Emil decided to toss it further in the corner to Savion, but it wasn't there. Bumpers now on the other side, picks the pocket of Merriweather. Or excuse me, that was Petty. Moore has it, turns around from the right block and knocks down a 2-point bucket. Moore gets his first points of the game, 78-64. Now a 14-point game. Haven't been this close in quite a while. Merriweather working it down the left elbow, kick outside. Petty fires a deep three, rattled out, not there. And an offensive foul called anyway on Petty. Call for tripping a Crusader player on that rebound. That's foul number 10 of this game, and it's a player control foul. So once again, it doesn't mean free throws, but it does mean William Carey has the ball. Moore checks out, and Dejon Whitworth will check in. Now Stillman's going to add 2 subs of their own, bringing back in Fields and Davis. And they'll trade out both Brand and Bates. As those are guys they checked in as the lead was around 21 earlier. Now that it's back down to 14, getting those guys that have more playing time in. Whitworth, a 3 on the other side, too long off the heel of the rim. And Davis, who just checked back in, gets the rebound for Stillman. Been a rebounding machine tonight. Davis now with 6 rebounds for Stillman. Merriweather goes to work on Whitworth. Whitworth fouls him on the floor prior to him going up with a shot. So Whitworth gets called for his first personal and just the 4th team foul on Carey of this half. With 2:55 to go in the game, William Carey trails by 14, but this will be common foul and an inbound play for Stillman. They bounce it in to Petty. Now he gets it out to Merriweather, high and right. Guarded by Whitworth out there on that wing. 2:50 to go in the game. Now Whitworth punches it out of his hand and into the sideline area. And it'll stay with Stillman. Gaines, Whitworth, Bumpers, Thigpen, and Casaniza in the game right now. 3 starters of the 5. 3 for Davis, long off the window. Bumpers gets the rebound for William Carey. He works it up the left sideline into front court. Takes a pass out front to Whitworth. Takes it himself all the way to the hole. Off the glass with the shot. Will not go. Casaniza gets the rebound. Makes a ball fake move and puts it up off the glass and in. Well, take it all the way down to this point in the game, and Casaniza has his first points with 2:32 to go, and William Carey trailing by 12. 78-66, and Coach Knight calls a timeout. Well, what was a 21-point lead for Stillman is now 12. Took a long time to get here, but yet here we are. And if you look at pen to paper and do the math, this is just a 4-possession game. Now, granted, all 4 of those possessions would have to be 3-pointers, but this is still not mathematically out of reach. 2 minutes and 32 seconds to go. Stillman with 78, William Carey with 66. Now, the downside for William Carey, I guess you could say this is a downside, is that the Crusaders still have 2 more fouls to give before they send Stillman to the line for 1-and-1. So it's all about playing the inbounds here for the rest of this game. Don't know that you want to send Stillman to the line very much in this game, however, because they still shoot 70% from the foul line, and today they've shot even better. They've only missed 1 out of their 15, or excuse me, they've missed 1 out of their 7 attempts today for 85% from the foul line. Fields will inbound. William Carey playing in the backcourt trying to get in. There's going to be a timeout called by Coach Teasley as Fields was having some trouble finding an open man. Stillman calls their first timeout of the second half. And it'll be a 30-second timeout. I think that's their last 30-second one. So with 2:32 left, William Carey has 2 timeouts, Stillman with 4. Stillman's already at the 10-foul limit. But anytime they foul the Crusaders, it's a free 2 shots. But William Carey's only fouled Stillman 4 times in this second half. 12-point game, 78-66, Stillman on top of the Crusaders. Fields will be inbounding for Stillman again. He can run the baseline. This is after a made shot from William Carey. Steps to his left, looking to throw it in. Now comes back to his right. Gaines guarding him, but he bounces it in to Merriweather. Merriweather double-teamed in the back right corner. Throws it ahead, gets into the hands of Davis all alone. Casaniza tries to pick him up, but an easy finger roll is put up. Carey wanted a travel call, but Davis gets the shot to go. It's back to a 14-point game. 80-66. Bumpers top of the circle. He fires a 3 over Petty. Short off the front edge of the rim. Moore flies in there for the rebound. Out to the left side of the arc. Pitches to Gaines, top of the key. Now to Whitworth, high and right. Asks for a screen, comes left off that. He's picked up by Ladarius Carter. Working around to William Gaines, back to Whitworth, left of the arc, 7 to shoot. Turns around, comes to the foul line, puts up a right-hand float shot. Off the rim, not there, and Davis flies in for the rebound of Stillman. 1:49 to go in this game. William Carey is down by 14. This is getting mathematically tougher and tougher to overcome. Merriweather out high and left, gets it over to Petty, down the right baseline, gets it in the hands of Davis in the lane, backs out, throws it out to Ladarius Carter, high left wing. 11 to shoot for the Tigers. Floats it over on the baseline to Davis. Davis backing his way in. William Carey's trying to get a tie ball. They get it. But it is Stillman's ball still. William Gaines ties up Davis and forces the inbound play with 6 on the timer. After this, William Carey's probably going to have to force themselves to commit fouls if they keep fighting. They throw it into Davis. He goes ahead and tries a baseline jump shot and rattles it in. My goodness. That was a long one, too. 18 feet away. The head bumpers works with it. On the left of the arc, hands off to Junior, who's coming right to the head of the circle. He goes ahead and fires a 3 from straight on. Not there. All blue jerseys underneath for the rebound. Davis comes away with it for Stillman. He goes ahead and dribbles it to front court. Now has it knocked out of his hands, but he keeps it alive. And now Davis has it as Stillman has it in front court. Merriweather high and right with it as we're under a minute to go. Whitworth doesn't foul Merriweather as he drives to the bucket, lays it up with the left hand, and scores as it creeps over the edge and in. .24 for Merriweather. 84-66. Gaines with a jump shot, scores. 84-68 the score as Junior gets it to go in. He's in double figures with 11. Rough play on the inbound. Merriweather dives to the floor with it, and are they going to call timeout or a travel? I think they're going to call the timeout. 34.2 seconds to go. The scoreboard is now correct. They initially said that Carter's shot was a 3. It was a 2. It's 84-68. So Stillman does get credit for the timeout as their player dove onto the floor with the ball. Before getting called for a travel, he calls the timeout. Well, this game is just about over. All over but the crying as William Carey trails 84-68 with under 35 seconds to go. Well, if everything holds right here and Stillman wins this game, they will retain sole possession of first place in the SSAC West. William Carey will drop to 4-5 in conference play and have to play this same squad tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Don't forget, William Carey's women's team got the win earlier today. Pretty nice game for the Crusaders women's team. Close one down the stretch, but they were able to get the win, winning it 55-49. They'll play again tomorrow at 3 p.m. Stillman ball out of the timeout, 34.2 seconds to go. Petty to trigger it in, bounces it in, gets it to Merriweather, and he's fouled by Dejon Whitworth. And this is still an inbound play as Whitworth picks up foul number 2. And that's just the 5th foul on William Carey. 32.3, 84-68 the score. Stillman on top. Martin checks in for the Crusaders. Whitworth comes out after picking up that second foul. They triggered in right in front of our broadcast position. They get it in to Fields, and he's immediately fouled by Gaines. Gaines just picked up his 4th foul. 30.7 seconds now as William Carey's just trying to get to the 1-1. They're at team foul number 6 right now. Next one will send Stillman to the line. They throw it in. They get it into the backside corner. Moore fouls Ladarius Carter, and that'll send him to the line for a 1-1. So Sean picks up foul number 1 of his personal total, but it brings Carey's foul total to 7 to now send Ladarius Carter to the line for a 1-1. Carter this season, a 64% foul shooter. He's made only 7 out of 11 this season coming into tonight. 29.1 seconds to go. Puts up the first one, knocks it in. No Stillman players around the lane right now. Makes it 85-68. Next one, deep crouch from Carter. Second one on the way, it's good as well. Makes it an 18-point game, 86-68. Clock rolls, approaching the 25-second mark. Casaniza drives on the right line. His shot rejected over the sideline, or inline by Davis. And let's see who will inbound with 21.9 seconds to go. Moore will be the trigger man. Crusader ball. Moore looking to throw it in. Throws it deep high right side to Zarkechius Martin. Takes it to the head of the circle, backs up, fires a three, rattles it in over Fields. Zarkechius Martin now in double figures with 11. They get it in. Merriweather has the ball and is fouled. I got to call the foul on Bumpers. That's his third personal, 8th team foul with 10.9 to go. Don't forget, we'll have our 1-1 Asphalt Paving post-game show after the completion of our game tonight. We'll recap the stats and scoring of this one and also have a chance to sit down with Coach Knight and talk about this game prior to Crusaders coming back here into Clinton Gym tomorrow night to face this very same team. I'm sure there'll be a whole lot of adjustments. And now, after that ball was, so Merriweather just tried to fight off for that rebound as his free throw went wild off the rim. It went out of bounds. Nobody left the lane to go for it. It goes out of bounds, and that was a 1-and-1, so it'll be Crusaders ball and a tie ball. Moore with a floater that won't fall. Stillman gets the rebound with Trey Petty, and that will be the end of this ball game. 71-86. Stillman gets the win over the Crusaders after having a big 21-point lead at the halftime break. William Carey tried to cut into it as best they could as this game would continue on, but just was not enough. And Stillman gets the big win over William Carey and a 15-point win here inside Clinton Gym. Our Warren & Warren Asphalt Paving postgame show is next. Stay with us as we'll have a recap of the stats and scoring from this one and get a chance to sit down with Coach Knight here as William Carey has fallen to the number one ranked in the division SSAC West team, Stillman College Tigers. We'll be right back for our Warren & Warren Asphalt Paving postgame show. This is William Carey Crusader Basketball, Super Talk Hattiesburg, 97.3.
My name is Larry Warren, Warren & Warren Asphalt Paving.
Larry, we've seen new asphalt companies coming into the area. What's the difference between them and what Warren & Warren offers?
Well, first of all, Warren & Warren will be here with you now and after the job is done. These other people, you don't know where their home office is. If they're from out of town, do they have a tax ID number? Do they pay taxes in the state of Mississippi? That's the biggest problem. Do they have anything with the Better Business Bureau? You look into it a little further, you may find out that they're not even listed with the Better Business Bureau. Everybody is different. If a person beats us on a bid, most of the time it's because you're not comparing apples to apples. They're not doing the exact same thing that we're doing, and we stand behind our work, and we're going to be here. And we do all kinds of work, anything from a patch job to $1 million job. It doesn't make any difference. People can call me at any time. They can call my telephone number, 601-270-4637, or my office number, 601-736-1203. We still do not do highway work and never will.
Support your high school and get the hometown advantage when you dine at Buffalo Wild Wings in Hattiesburg. On the day of a home game, come in to eat, and Buffalo Wild Wings will give 10% of the cost of the meal back to your school. The menu's loaded with go-to crowd pleasers and fast break lunch specials daily, so you can feed your family and support your team in a fun family atmosphere. See store for details. Buffalo Wild Wings, just off I-59 at Hardy Street in Hattiesburg.
A lot of people don't know all the things we do at Anderson's. Our commercial department works with flooring, works with furnishings, and we do commercial design. And lots of clinics, the nursing building at USM, and the banking world doing design and furnishings. The prime flooring contractor after the tornadoes at Cary. We want our work to speak well of us.
Back here inside Clinton Gym, William Carey falls to Stillman tonight. Final score 86-71. Tigers just had a better job back there in the first half, and I think that first half performance from William Carey shooting is really what comes back to bite them, is the Crusaders only shot 27% from the floor in half number one. Stillman out to an explosive start, 58% shooting, making 18 out of their 31 shots, and then On the other side, the second half, Stillman shot even better in the second half, making 17 out of their 29 shots. William Carey improved in shooting from the first half from 27% to 43%, but in the end it just wasn't enough. The Crusaders did outscore Stillman in the second half, 48-28, but that's just not enough to overcome a 21-point deficit to Stillman in this one, as the Tigers come away with a win, 86-71, and improve on their conference record this season, moving on to an overall record of 9-1, 8-1 in conference play. And then William Carey falls to 11-8, 4-5 in conference play, so just a game below 500 now. And will be fighting between themselves and Mobile for that third spot. And this is where things get a little antsy when it comes to tournament placement and seeding. It's all because the way it's working this year is it's not a straight ranking of teams 1 through 10 between both divisions. This year,